So this is a topic I saw cropping up again, and this topic crops up every once in a while. Fucking King Kong versus Godzilla. Now this is a really stupid topic, this is a really stupid argument. Because you're talking about a giant primate versus like the embodiment of perfect evolution. And I don't understand what people don't understand about that. I'm a fan of both. I grew up with all kinds of shit. I was born basically knowing the story of King Kong and Godzilla. I got this fucking book I've had since I was a kid. So the King Kong book. As I've said before, I had a lot of violent shit as a kid because I just really enjoyed violent shit. The art's not like incredible because it is like a kid's book kind of, but it actually kind of serves it in a way. Fuck, this fucking thing has such goddamn big ass fucking pages, it'll fucking cut you off. I just like that Apple effect. It was always something that caught my eye. And it goes about the whole fucking story and it has all kinds of shit. It was like a very 1930s-esque situation going on because that's when the story of King Kong was like made. Obviously they go to the island and there's fucking Skull Island. Oh fuck, some of these are torn and shit. I just really like this book. Like I said, it was one of the first things I ever owned, and when it comes to shit like this, I always keep it. Because I don't know how many other people have ever had a book like this particular book, but I'm sure not many. And there's, whatever the fuck her name is, getting captured by the natives to be strung up for Godzilla, and there she is, strung up for Godzilla. Or Godzilla, King Kong, I mean. This is a really good drawing. This conveys a lot of emotion and shit. And then this one obviously just conveys scale really well. And yeah, there's King Kong as this person drew him. It's not very impressive. It's not like a great drawing, but the, I never noticed he has a glimmer in his eyes in that. I guess that's to convey his attraction to the woman. I think that the low quality of the drawing actually serves to make it kind of creepy in the same way that Freddy Fazbear and stuff does that. That's an awful small footprint compared to what we just saw, where like the birds are like, these birds are like really fucking small compared to his hand. And then that footprint just doesn't seem as big as it should be. It's also very humanoid and not very ape-like, not very primate-like foot. It's like a fucking Sasquatch footprint. Yeah. The dude drew some dinosaurs. There's a Triceratops. King Kong fights I don't know, something to the effect of a Tyrannosaurus. I don't know what actual dinosaur it's supposed to be. Here's a something akin to a Plesiosaurus. He doesn't fight that. Here he is tossing some people to their death on the tree. He's like, you can see he's fucking hanging out and he pops out and kills them on the fucking tree. And then here's him fighting the whatever the fuck that thing is supposed to be. It's not a Tyrannosaurus. It's not an Allosaurus. I don't know what the person thought they were drawing, but it's not anything I've ever seen. If anything, it has big claws like the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. This one's cool. King Kong fighting a big ass serpent of some kind. And now she's being wooed by the giant primate. You can see she's down here just hanging out, thinking that she got a big old man protecting her. And then he's fighting a pterodactyl. Then Jack or whatever saves her, and then they leap off because there's King Kong. And even though she likes being around King Kong, apparently she don't just want to be around King Kong. And so she's saved and blah blah blah. This is great. I've always loved this page. It's probably my favorite page in the whole thing. Like, if you look, you can see he's like peeking through the thing and then just snaps and breaks it open. That's a really cool fucking scene. It looks like there's some blood on this page. I must have cut my finger somewhere around this going through it. There's a little pineapple bomb getting thrown, a grenade. A grenade that fires fragments. Then they capture King Kong and bang, he's strung up like Jesus Christ. Look at how big he is compared to King Kong. Just keeps changing sizes throughout this book. I've never realized that. Here's him getting scared by photographers and he's gonna freak out. He's got the crown on his head because he's the king of all Kongs. Whoop. These pages really stick together for some reason. And then he busts on out and he finds them in the fucking apartment or some shit. It's being a, what's that called? A voyeur. He's being a voyeur, looking out through the windows. They're gonna fuck. And there's King Kong reaching on through. There's the Empire State Building, obviously. And there is climbing the Empire State Building, and there is this King Kong with his shackles on his hands and shit. He's a slave, but a slave no longer. And then here he is fighting the airplanes as they're coming in, shooting the shit out of him. You can see he's bleeding there. That's what I mean. It's a bloody, violent book. This one has a very good page. You can see the bullets hitting him, the blood is spurting out and shit. He's all tired and shit, ready to die. And he sets her down. And he gets that big hit to his neck, and then he falls. And my back's hurting. There he is, dead as fuck. Bullet holes all over him. And we got the little line here I'll read, the famous King Kong line. Far below the crowd gathered, well, said a policeman. That was some fight, but the planes got him in the end. And, yeah. And then the enemy shook his head ruefully and he stated something to the effect of, it wasn't the aeroplanes, it was beauty that killed the beast. And, yeah. And then King Kong is dead. So, yeah, that's the story of King Kong, right? King Kong finds a bitch, strewn up on his island, takes her, has her for a while, gets fucked up, gets captured, taken to New York, busts on out, grabs her, climbs the top of the Empire State Building, gets shot by airplanes, falls to his death. That's the story of King Kong. The story of Godzilla is he's a fucking chimera of iguana that becomes some kind of a fucking mutated by a nuclear bomb, and he gets the ability to breathe fire and can regenerate from a single cell and can seemingly reproduce asexually. At first, he can't breathe fire. It's just like atomic. It's like super hot breath. It's atomic breath. In both the original Godzilla, King of Monsters, you can see it's a mist, basically. And then in the second movie that was colored, the first one with Anguirus, I can't remember, Godzilla Raids Again, that's what it's called. And for a few movies after that, you can see it's still the breath. There's one movie that is in color. It wasn't that one, I'm stupid. I think it's the one where he fights the spider and the giant praying mantises. I think that one. That's the first one in color, and you can see his spines glow blue, and then he breathes out like just like smoke rather than the fire they would do later on for the atomic breath. But yeah, that's the difference between them. And King Kong is like the size of a house, while Godzilla was like the size of a small building. And then Godzilla started getting scaled up and 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 up. And Godzilla kind of stayed largely the same. Now, I know there was an original like Japanese movie of Godzilla vs. King Kong, where King Kong apparently had lightning powers. I've never seen it. I've seen like clips of it on YouTube a long time ago, but I never really saw it. It's one of the few Godzilla movies I've never seen. I know I've never seen Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Godzilla's Revenge, Godzilla vs. King Kong situation, and maybe a couple others. I know I'm missing like the original Mechagodzilla stuff and some of the like original Monster Zero stuff where King Ghidorah was first introduced. I'm missing some of those from my have seen, but I've seen most of Godzilla movies, and I've seen not every King Kong movie, but again, I have this book. The story is largely the same until recently, so I understand the two big monsters, right? Not as well versed in Gamera. I have a Gamera movie. And honestly, Godzilla vs. Gamera would be much more interesting, but that's another discussion entirely. So, originally, like I said, Godzilla was a lot bigger than King Kong. With Legendary, they certainly scaled King Kong up quite a bit. Not to the level of Godzilla, but apparently they're making him grow some more so that he is comparable. I don't know how that's going to work exactly. But it doesn't matter. This is a ridiculous discussion. Godzilla breathes fucking atomic breath. If he hits King Kong, he's literally burning a hole through his fucking skin. I can see them. Having Godzilla hit him with that and having him do this maneuver to block it, right? But no, because it's atomic breath. It's the fucking heat of the sun. It's fucking no. It will not only scorch his fucking fur off, it's going to burn his skin almost instantaneously. His skin should be falling off. He should be blackening his shit to fucking burnt as fuck. There's no fucking any kind of a way. I've read people's predictions on it, and they think, well, King Kong's smart. He'll use a tool to fight Godzilla. What the fuck tool is he gonna use? What's he gonna pick up that fucking blocks atomic breath? Is he gonna have a fucking... Are they gonna make him a shield of lead? What the fuck? I don't know. He's fucking firing a nuke out of his fucking mouth. It's fucking... I don't know if nuclear shit is the same as the plasma of a star, but the stars go red is the coolest to orange to yellow to white to blue. Blue is the hottest color of plasma of the stars. So when you see blue fucking atomic breath, that should be the hottest fucking color of fucking atomic breath. He's basically firing a sun out of his fucking mouth. There's nothing King Kong can do about that. people were saying, well, if he gets close, he can just beat him up. I was like, dude, he's not a fucking MMA fighter. He's a fucking monkey. What the fuck do you mean? He's not doing it. He's not. There's no feasible way. And of course, it's a movie, and Legendary's gonna do the little cop out, and Mecha King Ghidorah is gonna show up, and they're gonna team up to fight him because they can't have a clear-cut winner. But I'm gonna tell you who the winner is right now. So we got King Kong and Godzilla. Initially, I would have said, well, one is a king, while the other is a god, but that doesn't even need to be brought up right now. Because guess what, motherfucker? They took King out of King Kong's name. Now he's just Kong. He's not even Kong, King of Skull Island. He's just fucking Kong. They still call him Godzilla, the king of the monsters. What the fuck does that tell you, bro? It tells you that Godzilla's the king of the fucking monsters. Don't even have to bring up the fact he's a god. God of destruction. No, he's fucking fighting a fucking monkey who isn't even fucking a king anymore. They demoted his ass. King Kong is out of here, bro. He's just Kong. He ain't king of shit. Godzilla's still the king of the monsters. And I'm not a big fan of the Legendary movies. I think they're whack as fuck. I don't care for them superheroing up the fucking monsters and making them all people, basically. Like when you see the monsters in the Godzilla King of Monsters from 2018 or whatever, and they go up to King Ghidorah and they just kind of like kneel. I was like, nah, man, that's fucking stupid. I didn't care for that shit. Kong Skull Island was sort of better, a bit. But there were still just minor things I didn't really like about it. But I think it was better than Godzilla, the two Godzilla movies Legendary's produced so far. As far as other shit that I own two Godzilla movies, well, technically three. I have on VHS Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Godzilla vs. Biollante is a big plant monster with the spirit of a woman who died. And she fights him and he kills her. And then it like comes back and it gets mutated by the G cells. They make a big deal about the G cells in that movie. And it ends up having like Godzilla's face and it's trying to eat him, I think, or something. And Godzilla ends up fucking killing it. But then it floats off into space and it becomes Space Godzilla. And that's how that works. And then Godzilla vs. Megalon, which a lot of people know of and shit on undeservedly, is a 80s, 70s, 80s movie where they were kind of doing the superhero thing with Godzilla in Japan. And I know I said I don't like him as a superhero, and I don't. My favorite incarnation of Godzilla is like Godzilla 2000, where he just fights a monster, but he's also destroying the city because he's fighting a monster. But Godzilla vs. Megalon is the first and only showing of Jet Jaguar. It's also, I think, the second movie with Gigan in it. And that's kind of when Gigan becomes a recurring antagonist for a while. It's definitely a campy movie, but there's some great scenes like when Megalon shoots the fucking lava rocket, Godzilla just bounces off and falls back in his mouth. That shit's funny. I own King Kong Lives, which is a 80s movie, sequel to the 1970s King Kong movie, where they bring King Kong back with an android heart. That's a pretty good movie. I don't know how many people have seen that, but it's kind of obscure as well. And then I own Godzilla Final Wars for the PSP, which is not the way you want to watch that movie because it was fucking awful. And then I own Godzilla Save the Earth, which is a game from like 2007, I think. 2006 or 7. And it's a really fucking fun game that's pertinent. The reason I'm bringing all this up is because it's all pertinent to this conversation, this argument, as it were. I also own 2 different toys, big ass toys of the Godzilla 1998. And then I had all these little figurines when Godzilla Final Wars came out at some point. I had Mechagodzilla, Godzilla, Burning Godzilla, Destroya in his 2 forms, the spider form and then his dragon form. I had Gigan. I think that's it. I think I had 6. Gigan, Mechagodzilla, Godzilla, Burning Godzilla, Destroyer. Yeah, I think that was it. I obviously wanted King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah is like my second favorite character from Godzilla, my second favorite monster, but oh well. But yeah, I owned a lot of shit of them, of the monster shit. Now, like I said, I've seen almost every Godzilla movie, so I know what I'm talking about with this conversation, is my point. So, if you're not convinced that King Kong, regardless of how intelligent he is, can't beat Godzilla, and you think for some reason that the atomic breath isn't going to kill him, let's go with that. Let's say that the atomic breath hurts him, but it doesn't kill him. They downplay it a bit. Here's the issue. They already introduced Burning Godzilla and gave him a power from Godzilla Save the Earth. In Godzilla Save the Earth, you have 2 versions of Godzilla. Godzilla 90s and Godzilla 2000. In Godzilla 2000, the movie, he was firing an orange atomic breath, and they did that for a few movies. And I don't think we saw him fire atomic breath in his burning form in the new Legendary movie. I don't. But what he did do is his special attack in Godzilla Save the Earth. In Godzilla Save the Earth, Godzilla 90s had like a bigger blast. He fired a blue beam, like I said, a blue atomic breath. And then for his special attack, he would like charge up and it'd be a beam that was twice as big. And it'd just fuck the shit out of the thing. Godzilla 2000, in contrast, though, would like lift his foot up and stomp, and there'd be this big atomic pulse that would come out. And in Godzilla, the legendary Godzilla, King of Monsters, Godzilla used the atomic pulse. He just like went boom and released this big wave, and it burned away King Ghidorah's wings, right? So if he has the atomic pulse already, he probably has a few other abilities. But let's just talk about the atomic pulse. The atomic pulse burned away King Ghidorah's wings. King Ghidorah in that movie had kind of been shown to be somewhat resistant to Godzilla's atomic breath. So if he uses the atomic pulse on King Kong, it's not only going to burn away his fucking fur, it's going to burn off his fucking skin and muscles. I don't give a fuck if they say that King Kong's been living in a fucking volcano. Once again, Godzilla's the fucking heat of the sun. When he went burning Godzilla and the original Japanese thing against Destroya, they said he was going to burrow to the center of the planet and destabilize the planet because he was getting so hot. They end up shooting him with fucking like nitrogen missiles to freeze him. Like that is what you're dealing with. If the atomic pulse isn't enough, they'll probably give him the super atomic breath blast. Now, there's one other time that we've seen that attack, and that was in Godzilla Final Wars. In Godzilla Final Wars, you have Kaiser Ghidorah, who's Monster X. Monster X is fighting Godzilla, he's bopping him and bapping him and shit and punching him, and then he transforms into King Ghidorah, into Kaiser Ghidorah, and Kaiser Ghidorah had the ability to grab Godzilla and suck his energy out of him and shit. Right, that's where that started to be adapted a few times in that different ways because people really liked that apparently. And Godzilla ends up blowing off Kaiser Ghidorah's fucking head and using one head to blow off another head, and then he beats it up a little bit and he tosses it into the air. There's going to be another thing to bring up here in a second. And he spins around and he charges up a super blast and he fires it. And he's been firing blue all this movie, but he fires a big orange blast. And it goes up and it hits Kaiser Ghidorah and it sends him up in the air and he explodes. So there are 2 potential super atomic breath attacks for Legendary to pick from to give to Godzilla so he can win. Atomic Pulse and then 2 different types of superatomic breath. If that doesn't, if that's not enough for you, and you're gonna say something like, well, Godzilla's not a brawler, you gotta go back and rewatch your shit, bro. Godzilla's a master of judo. He's got a judo black belt. So many times when you see fucking Godzilla tossing things over his shoulder and throwing monsters all over the place, Godzilla's a fucking knows judo. Like, King Kong doesn't know judo. King Kong does the, like, wrap around, throw over the shoulder and shit. And he'd be using that in Kong Skull Island. But here's the thing. People are going to say, no, because that was in the Japanese. And Godzilla doesn't do that here. King Kong, the only time King Kong ever did, like, wrap around, throw things over the shoulder, and do all these athletic things. You know where they got that for Kong Skull Island? The 2004 or 2005 or 2006, whatever, Peter Jackson got King Kong movie. He go rewatched his fight with, like, the big Tyrannosauruses. He's fighting like a bunch of Tyrannosaurus. He does that shit. He does the exact same shit. It looks the exact same, where he's throwing them around and tossing them and shit. It's the same shit. So if they're gonna take from that movie and have him based off of that, then they can have Godzilla be based off the Japanese and give him his judo and shit, so he can beat King Kong's ass. King Kong throws a punch, Godzilla catches it, judo flip. Boom, atomic breath in his fucking face, he's dead. Like, it's that simple. This is why King Kong can't beat Godzilla, because judo flip, atomic breath. It's just that simple. Godzilla knows how to use an opponent's weight against them. Alright? You think fucking King Kong is smart? He doesn't do complex math like Godzilla does, bro. Nah. I already talked about Godzilla's regeneration. We've seen Godzilla regenerate from a heart, from a cell, from a brain, from whatever. He can regenerate. He's got regenerative properties. He's got 2 brains. He's got a brain here and a brain near his ass. King Kong don't got that. He don't got that. Godzilla has fought monsters from space. He's fought fucking in hell before, apparently. He's fought all kinds of shit. Godzilla's been tested against so much shit, and King Kong has just fought fucking prehistoric animals. He doesn't have anything to talk about. He fought some fucking weirdo things without legs and big arms. Amazing. It's just not the same. And if they do try to say that King Kong wins, then I'm gonna say King Kong needs to fight Shin Godzilla. Because Shin Godzilla ain't playing around. Shin Godzilla has hyper beam. Shin Godzilla can focus his fucking atomic breath into a fucking laser that cut all the way through Tokyo at one time. Just blip, and it cut through all the buildings like they weren't shit. He has hyper beam. You shoot that hyper beam at King Kong is super effective. He's gonna put his arms up, boom. It just cuts right through his arms, cuts him in half, fight over. Shin Godzilla is so fucking insanely powerful. He can't fight for shit. But what he can do is evolve. So if King Kong goes off on Shin Godzilla and starts pummeling him, he'll fucking grow some big ass arms and he'll start using judo. And he's gonna judo flip, and then he's gonna fucking hyper beam, and it's over. Boom, done. Side note, if Legendary can get the rights to Gamera, Shin Godzilla versus Gamera would be some money. Be cool as fuck to see Gamera try to fight Shin Godzilla and just get fucking lasered to fuck with fucking hyper beam. But yeah. If that's not good enough for you, Godzilla Earth fucking can just step on King Kong. King Kong doesn't have any way to win. Sorry, Kong, because he's not a king anymore. Because there's fucking only one king, and it's fucking Godzilla. That's just how it is, bro. King Kong can't win, I'm sorry. I know people's as fans, and I am too, but it's fucking... you can't compete with Godzilla. He's the perfection of fucking evolution and from nature. The pinnacle of the natural cycle, or whatever the fuck. Especially in this new shit where he's like an ancient fucking... I don't even know. They call them Titans, because, you know, that isn't an overused term, Titans. They're just ancient fucking monsters that apparently used to rule the world and all of nature submitted to them. On a side note, I know I said I'm not a big fan of Legendary shit, but I really want to see how Legendary's going to handle Mechagodzilla. They gotta do Mecha King Ghidorah. Mecha King Ghidorah's gonna die. They're gonna take the exoskeleton of what they replaced for Mecha King Ghidorah and they're gonna make Mechagodzilla. And I'm really excited to see that. I really want to see an American version of Mechagodzilla. I imagine they're gonna give him like pile bunkers and like missiles and railguns and shit. It won't be as cool as the Japanese where they'd give him lasers and all kinds of really cool shit, but it'll be cool in a grounded kind of a way. They gotta go overboard a little bit. And really, Legendary just needs to get off of their fucking science jerk-off bullshit where they're like, well, it's gotta be scientifically accurate so this thing has got giant legs and... Nah, get off of that. Just go with what the Japanese did and just go crazy and let us see some monsters doing judo flips. Get off of your fucking human characters and give us more monster fight. I just want to see Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla is so fucking cool. And if they do give it, I swear to God, they're going to give him pile bunkers because they have to. They're not going to do the laser thing. I know they're not going to go with the laser thing. They might give him a plasma cannon because they did that in Pacific Rim. But what they will do for sure is give him a pile bunker. I guarantee it. If it's just one pile bunker arm or like two, I don't know. But they're going to give him pile bunkers and we're going to see some shit. It's going to be like, boom. And it'll be really cool. I love Godzilla a lot. And I'm really excited to see that. That's probably the only thing I'm looking forward to out of Legendary is anything. Because I don't like their stuff. But man, Mechagodzilla will be fucking cool. I really hope fucking Toho starts doing Godzilla shit too as well soon. Apparently they dropped Shin Godzilla and that's a shame. They really just need to start doing Godzilla again. Bring it back. And don't do what Legendary's doing, just have fun. Just have fun with Godzilla. But you know, who's gonna win? Kong or Godzilla? Godzilla wins. Legendary isn't gonna let him win, but the truth is Godzilla wins. They're gonna try to make it even so that the fans of both aren't disappointed, and then they fight Mecha King Ghidorah, but no. Godzilla takes it 100% of the time because he has atomic breath, and King Kong can't deal with atomic breath. He just can't. There's nothing. Some people think they're gonna give him his lightning powers from the movie, the original movie. I don't think that's gonna happen because that'd be too campy and no one would like it. No. It's just... Godzilla takes it, bro. King Kong can't be Godzilla. It's not a thing. He's an ape. Especially originally. Original fucking King Kong could just be stepped on by normal Godzilla. Godzilla just wins every fucking time. There's nothing you can give him, bro. There's nothing you can give King Kong to even the odds. Short of like complete and total military involvement. But I'll see it. I'm not gonna review it, I don't know. But King Kong or Godzilla takes it. Because Kong isn't a king anymore.